We have Dan Senor still here as well. Thoughts on what this means for President Biden, who we'll likely hear from today?
I was thinking about that. We haven't heard much from President Biden.
Almost nothing.
Since he announced he was not going to be running for re-election, other than some proposals he has for Supreme Court reform. But he's not said much else. Look, obviously, I'm sure, will declare this a victory of sorts, and it is. On the other hand, again, until we have all the details of the deal and the implications of the deal for U.S. national security, like the Victor Bout situation, we just don't know how it'll come across. I think every one of us sitting here is just like, as a human being, well, also just thank God, right? He's come home, and then and I think President Biden and his team will get credit for that. And then I'm sure details will come out. I spoke to one senator this morning, a Republican senator who's on the Senate Intelligence Committee, and they know nothing. They weren't briefed on it. They didn't know that this was in the works, which is probably fine. I'm sure they'll get briefed on it in the next day or two. So as these senators start learning more about what's actually in the deal, I think it'll be subjected to more scrutiny. And the question is then, how does President Biden and Vice President Harris handle that?
So she has not done an interview or a press conference in 11 days since she became the nominee.
Right.
Well, the virtual nominee.
Yes, presumptive.
So at this point, she's going to have to say something too.
Yeah.
2 days ago, she came out and she was very strong, actually, against Hezbollah.
Yep.
When she was traveling in Texas, I do believe, before she boarded that plane.
Yeah.
And made a strong statement on behalf of Israel. Did that surprise you?
I think Kamala Harris, my impression so far on the Middle East issues, is she's basically a blank slate. I don't know what she believes. I don't know if she knows what she believes. She, on the one hand, gave a very good statement with regard to Hezbollah. On the other hand, in her meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu, I thought the statement she said afterwards was absurd, in which she said, Israel has a right to defend itself. First of all, I hate that formulation. Like, you wouldn't say that about any country, any other country. Imagine after 9/11, people saying the United States has a right to defend itself. Like, give me a break.
Did you know?
Statement of the obvious, right? And then it's always the but, and she did the but, and then she started talking about the quote-unquote catastrophe in Gaza that she's blaming Israel for. So I thought that statement was particularly bad. I thought the statement on Hezbollah was pretty good, which tells me we don't know. She's a blank slate. She's never been a strong voice on foreign policy. We don't know if her foreign policy is going to be an extension of what the Biden foreign policy has been, or it is something new, whether or not it's more reflective of the progressive views on foreign policy within the Democratic coalition. We just don't know. One of the problems with this rifle shot nomination process is we just
don't know anything.
It's going to take this election's it's something like 100 days. I mean, we have 100 days. The country has 100 days to get to know Kamala Harris. Keep in mind, she dropped out of the 2020 presidential election 6 months before the voting began in Iowa.
Can I ask you about?
She was home for Christmas that year.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have thoughts about Putin's relationship with Iran right now and how that might be playing into, not necessarily playing into this prisoner swap, but as I was just thinking about Bill was saying earlier about lots of things happening all around the world at the same time, and that relationship had grown stronger.
So I would say the relations between Moscow, Tehran, and Beijing I would characterize them this way. They have common interests, which is weakening U.S. presence in the world, scaling back U.S. hegemony in various parts of the world, like the Middle East. And their interests are not always aligned, but on this particular issue, which is weakening the U.S. leadership role in the world, they do have a common interest. We know they share arms, right? We know there are Iranian drones in Russia that are being used to slaughter Ukrainians. So they are doing a lot of work together. They're sharing a lot of resources, and they coordinate a lot. Does this mean they always walk in lockstep? No, but I do think they have interests in common, and they do coordinate. And I would be surprised if Iran does not have some understanding of what's going on in this whole deal.
Great to get your perspective. Thank you, Dan, for being here today.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.